So this is a Compass Rallye 650. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The hitch-up procedure we'll go through in person while you're here on site. The front locker, you've got your gas bottle with a reverse thread fitting for the gas pipe work on top of the bottle, and then your gas valve on top like a standard gas bottle. Gas shut-off valve or isolator valve on the side of the regulator here. Lift this into the upright position, or so it's pointing towards you, and that'll turn the gas supply off to inside of the caravan. And you've got a second gas bottle tie down in the right hand side. Water pump connection, which I'll just grab. So the water pump connection, as you can see, very straightforward. It's got two cutouts on either side at the bottom. And as you look at the connection on that, you'll have the same. Push it into position, lock the cap down so it locks it in place, and then you'll drop the filter end into the outlet itself. The rest of the fill-up procedure I'll show you on the inside of the van. Each corner of the van has got wind down legs. On the front, they're on the sides of the van, the same on the opposite side of the van, in the same position. Then on the back, they're pointing out the rear, which I'll show you in a second. The cover that you see here is for the gas heating system, so this is your gas flue essentially for the heating and hot water. You will need to remove this cover if you're using the caravan on gas at all at any point, or the heating and hot water system, but I'd advise that you get into a habit of removing it before use. On the side of the van, you've got your automatic engage mover, which we'll go through in person again, and I'll torque the wheel nuts so you can see they've been tightened correctly. Further back, you've got storage for underneath the bed at the rear of the van, and that'll be the same on the opposite side of the van. Just press the buttons in on each corner to access them. At the top here, at the back, you've got your toilet flush cassette, so you'd put in here 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. At the bottom, you have your toilet cassette, which is, so this is your toilet cassette. You've got an empty here. Take the cap off and you'll be able to empty the waste out through there. That turns round and goes into place just here. On the back, you've got a pressure relief valve, so when you are tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In here there's a measure for the fluid, so you'll put 1 litre of water in here and a cap full of the blue fluid into the waste cassette itself. Back of the van, you've got your wind down legs on each side of the caravan, as you can see, and you've also got your waste pipes coming out the back, and they will go into your waste master for the waste water that comes out of the caravan. Inside the van, as I said, you've got your storage locker. Again, same sort of storage locker as what you've got on the other side for underneath the bed. Wheels and motor mover again. Then you've got your storage locker for underneath the front seats, and your battery box and mains connection coming into the side of the van. Then got an awning air vent, so that is blown air coming out into the awning if you have the blown air system on. And then a wind down leg at the front again, as you'd expect to see, and your barbecue gas point, which you'll need to turn the yellow valve in line with the pipe work so that it allows the gas to flow through. Going inside of the van now. Up by the door, you've got your main power switch, so you'll turn the power on here. Oh, ignore me, that's for the awning light, sorry. You've got your main power switch on the far side of the van, so you've got power on and off. You've got your voltmeter, and then I'll explain the tanks and the taps in a moment. Then you've got your onboard water tank level just here, and that'll bring up a percentage of what water is left in there. Then below that, you've got your heating and hot water switches, which I'll go through in a moment. So, at the back of this van, I'd assume there is a big old water tank, which you can see just down here. And down the side here, you've got the drain down valve. So at the moment, that tank is completely full. As you can see, the mark down the side there. Then when I open this valve up, it's a bit hard to do with one hand, as I'm sure you can probably imagine. That'll allow that tank to drain down. To fill it, you'd have this valve shut. And then underneath the front seat, down the corner, you'll have another tank. And the yellow valve on it. So that is your hot water heating tank. So that yellow valve there, when you want to fill the system, it needs to be in the position it's in now. And if you want to drain the system down, you'd have to lift that up right so it's pointing up towards the underneath of the seat. What you do at that point is, with your aqua roll and your water pump connected on the outside, you come over to each sink that's in the van, or shower unit that's in the van. You'd open up the sink cover and turn on the water. As you can see at the moment, this van's got water all the way through the van already. But to fill it, you'd open each tap up on the hot side. So that's the tap there, the tap in the bathroom, which is just here. And you'd also open up the hot side of the tap on the shower itself. Once the water is, well, to get the water to come through from the tank, or to fill the system, should I say, you'll put it onto tank, as you can see here. But if you want to just run from the aqua on the outside and you don't want to fill up the onboard tank, you'd still need to bleed the system by opening all the taps up, but you can put it onto taps on the bottom side here. That will still go through your hot water tank on board the van, so it will still warm the water as you'd expect it to. Now, with the water system on this particular van, so to run the heating, the hot water system on this van, you've got electric water heater on the right hand side, which warms to a preset temperature around 35 to 40 degrees. Or you've got the option to run the water heating on gas. So you turn this dial around to the gas symbol. There's a little tab on the side here. And once it's ignited, you'll get a green light appear in there. And then you can control the temperature between 30 and 70 degrees. If it failed to ignite on gas for any reason, it'd have a red light that appears behind here. And what that would probably mean is there's no gas bled through the system yet. And what I'd advise is you would ignite the hob and let the gas come through on the hob first. Turn the gas supply back off, you turn the dial round to the 0 position on the side. And like I said, you can control the water temperature between 30 and 70 on this dial, which I'd advise you use if you want to boost the water system, or water heating. The next switch is along, just here. You turn this switch on here, it will put power to the Ultra Heat main controller. So this is the electric side of the heating. You've got 500, 1000 and 2000 watts down the side here. We'd advise when you're on a site with lower power, you'd 500. If you've got 2000 watts of power available, then you'd use 2000 watts of power to warm the caravan. Once you've got it turned on, you control the temperature on electric on this dial just here. To turn the heater back off, you turn the dial to 0 in the centre. To use blown air, so that's when the air comes out around the vents around the van, a bit like in your car, you'd switch the dial over to the wave symbol on this side, and then you can control the fan speed on top. If you want the heat just to come out the front of the heater down here, you'd put this little switch onto the dot in the centre, and if you want it on automatic, so essentially it cuts in and out with the thermostat, again you can control the fan speed, but you put it onto the A on this side. To ignite the heater on gas, simply turn this dial round to between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve and wait till it ignites, and in this window down here you'll get a pilot light around a 45 to 30 degree angle through this window. Depending on different vans, you'll be able to see it through that window just there. Can't quite see it on this one at the moment. When it has ignited, you'll hold down the gas valve, then slowly release the valve and then control the temperature on top. To turn the gas supply back off, turn it to 0 on top, and that will turn the supply off. With the fridge, very simple to use. Got the option to run gas. It self-ignites on gas, so you'll spin it round to the gas option, and if it ignites, you'll get a light appear in here, whether that be green or orange. I'm not 100% sure on this particular van, but if it fails to ignite, it will go red. And again, similar as to what you'd have done with the hob, if you haven't got gas coming through to here, it hasn't ignited, just turn the hob on and wait for the gas to come through. 240 mains coming into the caravan on the centre switch just here, and gas and electric, you can control the temperature on this dial on the right hand side. And if you want to use the fridge as a cool box while you're towing, you spin the dial round to the 12 volt battery symbol, and that will run off the car you are towing with, not the caravan battery. If you want to control the freezer temperature, hit this button just here, then you can control the freezer temperature on the dial on the right hand side. Last thing I'm going to go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. Sinks and shower, etc. work like your household. Toilet, got an electric flush up top here, so you press the button and it'll flush. You've got a full indicator light, so that'll let you know that the cassette is full. And then down the bottom here, you've got a waste flap, so as you can see at the moment, toilet cassette isn't in at the moment, but there'd normally be a black flap there when you're not using the loo, and this handle here would help you to undo that. If you have any further questions on the Compass Rallye 650, please do give me a call here at the Caravan Company, and I'll do all I can to assist you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.